In the small town of Raven Shadow, nestled deep within the woods, a group of friends gathered one stormy night for a chilling experience they would never forget. Among them was Sarah, a skeptic who scoffed at the idea of the supernatural, and Jake, the adventurous daredevil who couldn't resist a challenge. Their curiosity led them to an old, abandoned mansion that was rumored to be haunted. The mansion stood as a decaying relic of a bygone era, its eerie silhouette punctuated by the flashes of lightning that danced across the ominous sky. Undeterred by the haunting atmosphere, the group ventured inside, armed with nothing but a flickering flashlight and a worn-out Ouija board they had found in the attic. The air inside the mansion hung heavy with the scent of decay, and the floor creaked beneath their every step. Cobwebs clung to the corners of the dilapidated walls, and dust motes swirled through the dim light. As the friends settled into a circle, Jake, fueled by bravado, placed the Ouija board at the center. The planchette, a small heart-shaped piece of wood, rested lightly on the board's surface. They placed their trembling hands on it, and the room seemed to grow colder. Sarah dismissed the growing sense of unease, attributing it to the drafty old mansion. Little did she know that the spirits that once inhabited the place were awakening. With hesitant breaths, the friends asked, "Is there anyone here?" The planchette twitched slightly, spelling out the word, "Hello." A shiver ran down their spines as the realization set in that something beyond their understanding was at play. Sarah, attempting to mask her unease, challenged the unseen force. "If you're real, prove it." The planchette began to move more forcefully, spelling out names and dates that corresponded to long-forgotten residents of Raven Shadow. Fear crept into the hearts of the friends as the Ouija board revealed secrets that were meant to stay buried. As the night wore on, the atmosphere inside the mansion grew increasingly oppressive. Shadows seemed to dance in the corners of the room, and distant whispers echoed through the empty halls. The friends, now gripped by a sense of dread, tried to end the session, but the planchette refused to move. The Ouija board seemed to have developed a malevolent will of its own, spelling out ominous messages that foretold doom and despair. Sarah's skepticism evaporated, replaced by a bone-chilling fear that clung to her like a vengeful spirit. Desperation set in as the friends frantically attempted to close the session, but the planchette spelled out a chilling message: "Leave, or suffer the consequences." Panic seized them as unseen forces tugged at their sanity. The walls seemed to close in, and the mansion itself seemed to groan with a malevolent energy. In a final act of terror, the planchette violently spelled out a message that sent chills down their spines: "We are free." The room plunged into darkness as the friends screamed, their flashlight flickering and dying. In the pitch-black abyss, the friends felt a cold, unseen presence surrounding them. The storm outside raged on, echoing the chaos within the mansion. And as the first rays of dawn broke through the storm clouds, the once-abandoned mansion stood silent, a witness to the night's unholy communion with the other side. The Ouija board lay discarded, its malevolent secrets forever etched into the decaying walls of Raven Shadow's haunted history. In the quiet town of Eldritch Hollow, where the veil between the living and the dead was said to be thin, a group of friends embarked on a journey into the supernatural. Among them was Emily, a spiritual enthusiast who had always been drawn to the mysterious. One evening, as the moon cast an eerie glow over the town, they gathered in Emily's ancestral home, a centuries-old mansion with a haunting reputation. The mansion stood at the edge of Eldritch Hollow, surrounded by gnarled trees that seemed to reach out with skeletal fingers. Its imposing facade hinted at the secrets concealed within its walls. The friends, armed with a vintage Ouija board they had uncovered in Emily's family archives, sought to communicate with spirits that lingered in the shadows. The air inside the mansion was heavy with anticipation as they arranged themselves in a circle. The Ouija board, adorned with faded symbols, lay before them like a portal to the unknown. Candles flickered, casting dancing shadows on the ancient walls. Emily, with a mix of excitement and trepidation, placed her delicate fingers on the planchette, inviting the spirits to communicate. As the friends began their cautious inquiries, a soft breeze whispered through the mansion. The planchette moved with a will of its own, spelling out messages that seemed to resonate with the energy of long-lost souls. The spirits claimed to be former residents of Eldritch Hollow, reaching out from beyond the grave to share untold stories. Time lost its grip as the Ouija board revealed tales of love and betrayal, secrets buried in forgotten graves, and the darkness that lurked beneath the seemingly serene facade of the town. The friends, enthralled and unnerved, became conduits for the spirits' tales, their fingers trembling as they translated the messages. As the night deepened, the atmosphere grew increasingly charged. Shadows stretched and contorted, taking on unnatural forms that seemed to move independently of the flickering candlelight. Emily, sensing a growing malevolence, urged the group to end the session. But the planchette refused to let go, continuing its cryptic dance across the board. A sudden gust of wind blew open long-closed shutters, extinguishing the candles. The mansion plunged into darkness, leaving the friends in a suffocating void. Panic set in as they fumbled for a way out, but the mansion seemed to have transformed into a labyrinth of twisting corridors and echoing whispers. The Ouija board, now the only source of light, revealed a final, chilling message: "You have crossed the thin veil. Now, face the consequences." The friends stumbled through the darkness, their breaths hitched with fear. The air grew thick with an otherworldly presence, and ghostly apparitions materialized in the shadows. As the first light of dawn crept through the windows, the friends found themselves standing outside the mansion, the ancient door creaking shut behind them. The Ouija board, now lifeless, lay at their feet. Eldritch Hollow, with its secrets unveiled, returned to a facade of normalcy, concealing the ethereal dance that had unfolded within its walls. The friends, forever changed by their encounter with the supernatural, left Eldritch Hollow behind, haunted by the lingering echoes of the spirits they had unwittingly awakened. The Ouija board, now a relic of a nightmarish journey, remained a silent witness to the thin veil between realms, a veil that, once disturbed, could never be fully restored. Nestled deep within the fog-draped hills of Blackwood Manor, an imposing Victorian mansion stood as a sentinel to a dark and chilling secret. Rumors whispered through the village of Eldermore, warning the townsfolk to steer clear of the mansion. However, a group of 5 friends, drawn by a morbid fascination, ventured into the heart of the mystery. The mansion's grandeur had long since crumbled, its windows shattered and ivy creeping up the decaying walls. The air inside was thick with the scent of decay and an eerie silence that seemed to swallow their hushed whispers. Among the friends was Lily, a self-proclaimed skeptic who scoffed at the superstitions surrounding the paranormal. As the group explored the dilapidated rooms, they stumbled upon a dusty parlor, where a weathered Ouija board lay forgotten on an antique table. The planchette, worn and cracked, seemed to beckon to them, promising a connection with forces beyond the mortal realm. Ignoring the warnings etched into the walls of the mansion, the friends decided to test the waters of the supernatural. The night descended like a shroud as the friends gathered around the Ouija board, their fingers lightly touching the planchette. The air crackled with a strange energy as they began to ask innocent questions. To their surprise, the planchette glided effortlessly across the board, spelling out words that seemed to echo the forgotten whispers of the mansion. As the group delved deeper into their communication with the unseen, a chilling presence enveloped the room. Shadows danced on the walls, and a cold wind seemed to snake through the cracks in the floor. The planchette, now moving with purpose, spelled out the name of a long-forgotten resident of Blackwood Manor, Eloise Fairchild, a woman accused of witchcraft in the village's dark past. Lily, initially dismissive of the supernatural, felt a shiver crawl down her spine. The atmosphere became oppressive, and the once steady hands of the friends now trembled with fear. Eloise's spirit, awakened from centuries of slumber, began to reveal a tale of betrayal and a cursed covenant that bound her restless soul to the mansion. The friends, caught in a web of terror, pleaded with Eloise to release them from the spectral grip. The planchette, now moving with an otherworldly force, spelled out a chilling ultimatum: they had unwittingly become part of the cursed covenant, and the only way to break free was to uncover the truth that had long been buried. The mansion itself seemed to rebel against their intrusion. Doors slammed shut, and ghastly moans reverberated through the corridors. As they raced against time, delving into the mansion's haunted history, the friends uncovered a tale of jealousy, betrayal, and a forbidden love that had condemned Eloise to an eternity of torment. As the first light of dawn approached, the friends, exhausted and trembling, stumbled out of Blackwood Manor. The Ouija board, now a relic of their nightmarish encounter, lay forgotten in the parlor. Eldermore, shrouded in mist, seemed to exhale a sigh of relief as the mansion's secrets once again became whispers in the wind. The cursed covenant had been unveiled, and the friends carried with them the weight of the supernatural encounter. Blackwood Manor, standing as a testament to the darkness that lurked within, would forever cast a shadow on their lives. The Ouija board, a conduit to the spectral realm, remained a silent witness to the harrowing tale that unfolded in the heart of Eldermore's haunted history.